Hello. Working on Banshee again. I did move her ear slightly off camera.
Hey, Bean.
Because I noticed it was wrong. No pain. You're also enjoying an energy drink.
Somebody's sleepy today?
Because somebody's sleepy today.
You try making energy drinks slushy.
I could. I like the bubbles.
You like the bubbles?
I like the bubbles. I like the bubbles. I think they're important to the enjoyability of an energy drink.
Yeah. Have monster with a slushy chaser or slushy with a monster chaser?
I don't know.
You going, babe?
No, no thank you. We found a pizza place that's acceptable close to here. A couple of them, right? I forget the name of the one that's downtown.
Mulberries?
Mulberries. Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if she's involved with a whole lot. That's a very antique clip.
Did you send her the thing?
I did.
Okay. Mulberries? No,
I believe.
no? I mean, we didn't take you there.
No.
Wait, did we take her to the barrel place?
Yes. That was not that impressive. And by not that impressive.
Was that like 3 or 4 visits ago?
Yeah. It was pretty unimpressive. In that it wasn't good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd never been there before. We just heard it was good.
There's something distinctly biscuitish about the...
That's what we do, though, apparently.
That is what you do, apparently. It usually is the crust that's the problem. The crust is pretty integral to pizza enjoyability.
A bit. Now, here we have our own cheese mafia.
Do you also have the Grande Cheese Mafia?
No, we have a different cheese mafia. Not Grande Cheese Mafia. Different.
Didn't we pass the Grande Cheese store at one time? Up in...
Did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. The Grande factory outlet.
Maybe. I don't know if it was a factory outlet, but...
No, I think it was. But yeah.
I know we sent pictures.
We didn't go.
No, we didn't go. We went past it.
Cheese.
It was outside of Toronto.
In one of the burgers. Yeah, okay. Grande cheese.
Yes, I forget what
Richmond
the Canadian cheese mafia is.
I want to say it's something Sargento?
Sargento. That sounds right.
Hello, Chewy? Yes. Grande Cheese Factory Outlets. So next time we go up to like the Fantastic Asian Mall and Tucker's Pottery Supply, we should go to Grande Cheese Factory outlet.
Do we need to go to the
Ravioli outlet too?
Ontario Ravioli?
Maybe, I don't know. I still have my concerns about that one.
Ontario Ravioli. You know you can get that more locally.
No! What are they up to?
Why do we need cursed do we not have enough cursed objects around this house?
No.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've made enough cursed stuff.
Oh, no. Hang on. Probably gonna be right at the top.
That thing is... Something is still making noise.
It's probably the...
Yeah, but I already turned that down.
Yeah, but
I turned it down again. I've turned it down
every
I know. Single...
But if you turn it down
I
and
know.
then you go into Twitch, for some reason the settings are different. And here,
those aren't that cursed. I've seen more cursed. I've made more cursed things. I made more cursed things like this week. We haven't even managed to make the complete display for the collection of singing bass. Yeah, I did. I still think it'd be funny if we could set those bass up to sing alternate music all at once. I can't remember if I fired that properly. I was waiting for your many leggies to get done.
Here's the masks we were talking about.
Yeah. Cursed, but not that cursed.
They're pretty cursed.
They're okay. I mean, the top two are just...
Chew, are those people sized? Like, are those meant for actual human heads? That one's pretty bad, the top right. Well, okay, the top left's pretty bad too.
They're just Greek theater masks.
Top one's the one you like? That one just looks frightened.
They kind of look a little bit like the pinwheel masks from...
How big are they, Chewy?
DS1.
Are they people face size?
Yes.
8 to 10 inches long?
So no.
So, Chewy said so yes.
Well, okay, maybe my head size. Not your big old monster. I don't have calipers anywhere near large enough to measure your head.
I don't have an actual hand ruler handy. It's fine. Wait, slices.
Okay, so do this. That distance is usually round about 9 inches.
You know my hand is not the
I
same
know.
size as your hand,
That's
right?
why I said roundabout.
Okay. Yeah, 10 inches would make sense.
Gonna be
Close enough.
just slightly under.
Yes. Roughing's gonna go. Mug is so out.
Wonder how that happened.
I don't know. I keep thinking about buying those roundy things and then not.
I mean, we do have roundy things if you want to use them, but it'll probably warp back once you've beaten on it as much as you do.
I figured doing this. should make it
Yeah.
round. Encourage it more.
It should help. Got him. Is that Chewy? Did you?
Good job. Wait, maybe you're not sure if you got him? Oh, okay.
Let's hear it back. Payne was trying to be the snipers. I always thought extending auctions was kind of how auctions worked. like live auctions kind of work that way. Well, yeah, but timed auctions weren't really a thing until digital auction houses like eBay, and that was just not because it was a better system, but because it was how they were easiest to implement. Hmm. Now we have to decide.
What?
Now we have to decide, do the portions of the head just stretch extremely out of scale? Do I want to have them like physically separating?
Now, if I was me, I'm pretty sure I am me,
Mm-hmm.
where would I have saved this raven mug design?
Somewhere on a cloud server for sure.
Because I seem to have misplaced it.
Doesn't seem like something you might do.
No. Never something I do. I did a design for carving a raven into a mug, and my printer is not great, so it prints out pretty dark. So I've traced it onto the mug, but now I want to be able to see all the details and stuff, except I have no idea where I actually saved this file. It's somewhere.
Everything's like somewhere, man.
Why am I the way I am?
Oh, Happy New Year to you, Elvin Carrot. Elvin Chanter.
Hey! Happy New Year! What did we do for New Year's Eve? Fired to kill.
Snacks and fire to kill. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know how to do too much without working.
Yeah. Well.
I know.
So traditionally, what we do is there's this like appetizer party pack thing. So we pretty much just go with like finger foods.
Yeah.
The appetizer party pack, it's like egg roll and dumpling and whatever. You just chuck it all in the oven, and no rueful infidelity. You can fuck right off.
I like rueful infidelity though. It's marginally clever.
Go away. Denied. It is a better name than usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, chuck it all in the oven and then just kind of graze for the evening.
Yeah.
Chippies and cheesies and all sorts of things like that.
We made some really vile looking black bean hummus.
Oh yeah. We
Tastes
didn't have
nice,
any
but
chickpeas, so we made black bean hummus.
that was posted to the Instagram.
Yes.
3 cheese onion dip.
I'm interested. You did. Super thick hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate. And nothing else.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now I continue my search.
Which 3 cheeses and went with your onion?
I don't even know.
I mean, if you were a reasonable, sane person, it would have had something to do with Raven.
Yep.
But as we know, that's not the case. Could be anything. Wow. I do like a bit of Monterey Jack in a cheese dip kind of scenario.
I'm afraid of it gone.
I mean, you didn't delete it. You've never deleted anything.
Well, yeah, but I might not have saved it.
Oh. Chopped chives and pepperoncini. Get some packet ranch in there, and you've got what do they call that? Alabama pot roast or something?
What?
Which definitely
What?
sounds like a just vile sex move, but it's one of those recipes that kind of made its way around the internet. Sort of like the cowboy crack stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi pot roast.
Mississippi pot roast. So if I Google Mississippi pot roast,
possible.
Huh? That's actually a pot roast recipe.
Yeah, it is a pot roast recipe.
Okay, so what are we?
It has the
Little pepper things?
pepperoncini and various cheeses going on.
Jesus.
I think there were cheeses.
No, it's just as gravy. Is it cheese sauce a gravy?
No. No, from what I remember, it was there was a gravy, like a packet gravy involved, as well as pepperoncini and its juice and ranch powder and form of cheese, although that may have been cream cheese.
That sounds disgusting.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Apparently it is better than it's, but I may also be misremembering some of the ingredients. It's like a crock potty, pot roasty thing, which I very rarely do. Because crock pot is practically baking, and I don't fuck with that. Packet gravy, some kind of roast. Some ranch pepper. I mean, that sounds much less terrible than the cream cheese inclusive version, I think, but I can't remember where I saw it. It may have been Chef John. Like, it wasn't the straight up version. It was like a chicken version, maybe. Yeah, onions would make sense for any kind of a pot roast. I think pretty much it doesn't matter what I'm cooking. It's almost guaranteed there's onion in it. Onion and garlic. I'm real hard on the alliums. They don't get a break when I'm cooking. Let's see. It happens. I forget what I saw. Maybe it was Parmesan and watermelon.
What?
It's one of those like vegan things, like grilled watermelon with Parmesan or something. Supposedly some form of a meat substitute kind of flavor profile. I know initially I wanted the very wide eyes on this, but I'm going to experiment with narrow sculpting. See if that gives us a little Getting close to time to start considering giving this thing some personality. Which I will grant you usually involves cutting the head off.
But you already did
Portions of the head.
that. Not the whole head.
I've done one head cut off. What about second head cut off? Yeah, I might. I want to widen this jaw out a little bit too. I also suspect that I'm going to end up cutting this and messing with the angle a bit too. I do want to get some more anatomy going in this. This mouth and jaw area. I think that is helpful. When you want to make something look really nice and sort of gory and disgusting, grounding the anatomy really helps. Makes it more readable and relatable, I think. Some neck muscles going. Really help. Sell the idea of the physical strain. I don't know why I really like the idea of the sort of Banshee character having to really work at doing its shriek. I guess I am thinking of a more physical, corporeal kind of banshee than a ghosty one. Might be kind of neat if it was some kind of a monster that people just call a banshee. Some kind of mutant or ghoul or alien kind of thing. It really shrieks and howls. So it's like nicknamed Banshee. Let's just see what would happen if I kind of establish this part here. Be like the apex of the jawbone. There's like a bit of a flared section at the corner of the jawbone that sort of extra sticks out. The bone thickens up a little through there. So maybe the jawbone is still fairly bony and rigid. But she's completely dissociated from the upper portion. Gonna have some bony bonier landmarks in there.
Banshee with a flapping head full of lies.
Yeah, that's how it would be. Flapping head full of lies. Put that down a little bit too low now. So this is we've got the teeth and the gums in here, and I do kind of like their position. That's gonna put her It's gonna put her jaw up just slightly higher than what I have it. No, she could have a slightly longer jaw. Maybe right there. So, yeah, let's just help me understand this a little. So we've got this plane of the jawbone happening. And then the back of the hinge. Let's put that back here. And then have it so it's tipped. Tipped forward a bit, I think, as well. Or tipped more downward. So maybe you'd see a little bit of this big, robust muscle attachment stick out. This jawbone basically has two sort of planes happening. There's this outer edge, so everything kind of here down. You can see that. Well, everything sort of here down is kind of thickened up. And that provides a lot of the strength for the jawbone. The jawbone really has to do a lot of work, and it's quite far from the muscle that makes it go, especially across like the chin area. A weird shape structurally. You've got your where a lot of the force is going to be bearing, or at least some of the force is going to be bearing down. It's way out here on the teeth, so you're really pushing on this horseshoe shape in a way that puts a lot of torque on the system. So you've got this kind of area here that's thicker to help keep that bone nice and rigid, make it supported. But then it's also got this whole section through here that's kind of flattened out, and this is where the muscle attaches. Some of the main big muscles that drive that maxilla. They kind of attach along this. Place a little more. So you've got this big, chunky or this big flat. It's not chunky at all. It's actually quite fairly thin sort of area of bone, and all of this attaches. This is attachment point for the muscle, and so it can pull all of this in here. And it actually ends up pulling up through underneath the zygomatic bone that's up here, and it attaches to the skull in this area. So the hollows in your temple, that's where that muscle would attach. But this critter right here, she's got that loosen out of the way. So that muscle is having to stretch all this way. I think that's gonna cause, we're gonna say that's gonna cause this area to become quite hollow, stretched, overstretched, overstressed. We can see maybe some of this bony material. We'll be able to see through the skin. So we're going to have all of this in here is really just stretched and strained. And then underneath, I think I'm gonna have this skin underneath here really piling up. Like it's getting smushed and compressed. Kind of experiment on this side of the head, and what we like will transfer over to the other side. Get really good deep pulls through there. You know, whenever I'm trying to show this sort of idea of something being strained and stretched, I like these kind of more linear forms that follow the direction of the stretch. Kind of nice if they can sort of fan out from a single point too. Maybe not from a single point, but you know, they'll have a narrower end and a wider end. Now this would be really weird for sure. because honestly, most of the muscles that um that open our jaw, they're attached. You can kind of feel a little bit, but they're attached in under here, and they pull kind of to the neck area. To actually make that happen, that would have to be in here. Because obviously these muscles are all involved in pulling up, close the mouth, which is a relatively stronger muscle than the one to open it. So I think I am going to take some liberties on that one. So I think that would look at odds with what I'm trying to convey if I actually tried to work out the biomechanics of how this jaw is being like really forcibly pulled out of position. I suppose I could look at snakes' anatomy. They have the ability to open their jaw. Isn't necessarily with a ton of force, but it is more. You have much more control over the opening of the jaw. Than we have. I'm going to try out, do some A/B testing. I'm going to reinforce this, the look of this zygomatic bone a little. Okay, so on the one side, things are going to get stretched, but the skin is going to stay largely intact. So we're going to have, there are a few areas along the cheeks in here. And I forget the name of this sort of really surface anatomy off the top of my head right now, but there are these folds we tend to develop around our mouth, and those are mostly made of just a little bit of fat and skin. There's not really a lot of deeper structure there. We're gonna keep that intact, like that. Let that skin really exist as tortured and stretched, but not broken. So a little harder here too. Imagine the skin has to stretch across the point of this cheekbone.
Then there are our favorite pharyngeal jaw friends.
Yeah. Well, the pharyngeal jaw thing I don't think would come into it. That's a substructure inside. That would be if we wanted to give her an alien mouth.
We do.
Maybe we do, but I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about this stretch. It's where the gore is going to come from this this skin being pulled further than is okay. Where's my stiffer brush? There you are. We're going to give that a little.
The first version of my raven can be on the rough side.
Is it?
It's okay. I don't need a sneaking reference.
Well, okay. I'm genuinely impressed and rather proud of you right now.
Why?
Don't need no stinking reference.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's a fail.
Well, it is not ideal. I prefer to work with reference, but sometimes it's more important to work outside your okay. I'm not entirely certain how I would go about repairing some of the things that have happened there.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Well, it looks like you kind of narrowed the bill out a little bit more. That's a little more crowy than raveny.
It is a little bit, yeah.
It's a little crowy, but it's okay. Crow is a...
You're Peter Goyd.
Yeah. My anatomical knowledge is largely contained to a lot of the larger muscle groups. The really fine stuff, I may have known it at one point, but unless I'm trying to explain things on stream, I'm very rarely thinking about like names of muscles and things like that. I'm more thinking about like shapes and what does what job. It's got a push in there too. I'm gonna pull that extra hard. But yeah, like there are a ton of little muscles and things, and they do all have names, but I didn't make it a point to really hold on to those. But I think on this side, instead of having... Oh, not the muscles in or around the mouth. No, not usually. I mean, these little guys, or these are the big maxillary muscles, but there's the this sort of diaphragm of muscle that works your lips. No, not yeah, not my thing. All them little muscles. I think there may be some benefit for some people of in memorizing that kind of thing. Because I know there are people that learn better that way. But if I had to choose where to to put my limited bandwidth. I would rather know what the muscles do and what their general shape and mass is than what they're called. But I think on this side I'm gonna try having some things pushed past. Strained past breaking. We're gonna get some structure inside the mouth at some point. I think this is gonna be a thing for this piece. What's happening in there? Yeah, let's try out some tearing and really violently remove stuff. Maybe there's some maybe there's a little bit of tougher kind of ligament material in here, stretched and stayed attached, but some of this gets just shredded out. That was some exposed material in here. And again, I don't want to get too caught up in what would actually happen. If someone's jaw were this displaced. Because a lot of this stuff would be cut right through, and that's not going to be practical for a ceramic object. So we're going to avoid getting tied up in some of the stuff that just definitely will not work. I mean, I say definitely will not work. I'm sure I could find a method. I know Trevor Foster, when he does his skull pieces, I don't like that shape. All that. When he does his skull pieces, he goes in and cuts out the zygomatic arch, cuts out behind it, so it is hollow through. which does look pretty cool. I will admit that does look pretty cool. But I just can't help thinking about how unsupported that poor little piece of clay would be, just sticking out there. Really help some of this. Little layers in here. This meat. It finally just snapped. So maybe some of this deeper stuff managed to hold on. Skin. Skin up here failed. I'm not going to attach to that. I don't like that. That gets to go away. There it is. Let me come in here a little further. I'm going to leave this point of the jawbone. That's going to come out. This piece. I really got to make a tool that has a nice end like this, and then a nice sort of end, a nice cutting end like this for some of the small stuff, and then attach a nice spatula spoon shaped piece for smoothies. Little pushy pulley tool. Nice to be able to just kind of flip a tool around and work off the other side. I don't mind these Kempers, but this end is a little broad for most of what I'm doing, and the wire is a little fine for really removing larger amounts of this harder clay. I think Kemper tools are they are really good in general, but I do think they were kind of conceived around the idea of a softer clay. They work with water-based clay really well. They're just not quite robust enough sometimes, I think, for monster clay. You know, unless you're buying them in big lots and you don't mind breaking a few here or there. No. Just gonna roughly indicate some of these would be more teeth in here. So still on this side, you are going to have some meat around the edge that stretches and up. Good. Wrangles going in here. That one. So some of this is gonna maybe even flop over a little. It's giving up. Kind of a cool design for a Cenobite. Kind of a character where she's got gone and flayed the skin away to make her jaw free up her jaw like that, and then the skin that was flayed away can make one of these cool, like, ruffed collar kind of things. It's a rough collar made out of neck skin, face skin all flopped over. I think that's an idea for another project. It's an idea for another project. We can play a little, experiment. Figure out what that would look like. So if she was a Cenobite, she wouldn't have necessarily torn it. Would have been yes, the fancy flayed axe. Like I think a Cenobite type character, she would have cut it back a little more surgically. I kind of do like that edge. Maybe even here. I mean, she could be the Banshee Cenobite. just a little bit of this been going on. The ruffles are almost kind of no, she'd have a lot more going on inside this jaw area, and you'd have a lot of cool anatomical substructure. What happened? Give her a poutier lip too. Thought I was designing a Cenobite Banshee. Just a little bit more. In there. That one probably hasn't been photographed yet. That's too much time. Too much time.
Too much time?
Too much time. Really?
Oh, this.
Okay. Well, I might be willing to run with this. Cenobite Banshee idea. No, I don't know if there's. Get dirty. Now it's gonna look like she died with a strawberry in her mouth. Now, I would have to go through and find some more anatomical reference.
You about changing her to some light?
Well, I still like the Banshee idea, but maybe she's a Banshee Cinnabite. I don't know. What do we think, chat? What do we think? We've got this sort of. Let's see if I can get this on. Show this to the camera properly. We've got this very stretched skin kind of thing going on. But we've got this very flayed.
Are you just gonna tell him to go with his heart pain?
I don't know what would work better. They're both. Thing is, they're both good.
See, I think doing a Cinnabite is cool, but I also like the idea of the like unhinged jaw screaming banshee.
Yeah, you kind of want to see a banshee happen.
I do.
And you don't think a banshee would have her skin flayed off? It would be all stretchy.
Yeah.
Barbara from Beetlejuice. I don't remember. I honestly do not remember that film very well.
Oh. That's the main Gina Davis character.
Okay.
So what?
I mean, I kind of roughly know what Gina Davis looks like a little, but
Yes, but at one point when they're trying to get the family out of the house, they do this crazy thing with her face.
This crazy thing with their face.
Yeah, no, that's nowhere near screaming enough for that. It's like she stretches her neck
Like
here,
that.
her eyes
The-
are in her.
That one, it kind of looked like a bird
Okay.
beak face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do remember that bit. Okay. Well, we're gonna save this idea. And we will do one. We'll do a Cinnabite version at a later date. Because I do think that would be a thing. That would be a thing to do. Banshee Cenobite will definitely bear more development. Stretch some of this. The neck. Now, I do think that this very straight up positioning is gonna have to go. I do like them a little wider. Now, that clearly can't be that way. Let's say, oh, I broke that, didn't I? All right.
Bye-bye, top of her head.
Going away. Oh.
Question about that shrunken head.
Yes. What number was it?
New pictures of it?
Yes.
Or can I just put it right back up?
No, we want to take new pictures. Well, unless you think it's indistinguishable in photographs.
Ah.
Ooh, that fun.
I haven't. Okay, so what's the plan here?
I don't know.
Well, but why'd you do that?
Because I didn't know.
Because you what?
Because I didn't know. Do we want to tip her head back a
You
little?
want to make it worse?
I do want to make it worse. I want to make everything worse.
The plan. I have no plan.
Yeah, I have no plan. I mean plan.
I think it's cut open as part of the ritual at this point.
I've never had a plan.
Part of the process.
We were this close to switching to a Cenobite.
This
So
is true.
what kind of plan we thinking?
Do you think you should do Cenobite though?
I do. I think that's a good thing. I like a little, give her a little twist. Tip it back a little. Put that jaw out a little wider. Put a little bit of a in that.
A little bit of a
Little in there.
Alright.
Now that might be too much. That might be silly. Let's try just a twist. It's just a twist. Yeah, that's too much twist if it's just a twist. Why would I put that branded on her? None of the Cinnabites have that branded on them. All the Cinnabites have their own little like thing. I don't even think there are any with like symbolism carved on them. No, her thing would be like she was some kind of a singer or something. A singer, or I don't know, blowjob expert, something that required being able to open your mouth way wider. Yeah. Yeah, the Cinnabites are kind of a representation of their kind of sins almost, with the exception of like Pinhead. Pinhead's kind of his own animal. Yes, it would be the Canadian Cenobite. So part of it is I don't know, denim and or that plaid. And it has a mullet. Those are Canadian things, right?
Mullet?
Yeah. Like hockey hair.
Hockey hair, yes, but I don't think mullet is Canadian.
I am pretty sure that is what hockey hair.
Hockey hair
is a form of
mullety, yes.
Is a form of mullet.
Yes. Touque. Touque. That might have been one too many U's.
I think I like this with that little
Touque. Yeah, that's probably right.
Sure, we haven't grown too tall. We haven't. That gives it a little more shriekiness. Now the other option for good shriekiness, if she's like kind of lean forward yelling, does that make it too? Oh, we still have room. You know, I think I kind of like that. So I'm just gonna open. What do we think? So,
does it want to be wider? Or?
Tipped, the head sort of tipped back and twisty tilted.
Yeah.
Or like she's really kind of leaned forward, breaking into it like Sindel style from the old Mortal Kombat. Throwing some body in there.
I feel like in order to get a good judgment on that on camera. You need to have the camera lowered.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because I would say yes, but looking at it on camera is very different.
Didn't look as good on. Where are we gonna chunk?
Well, because the camera's looking down, right?
Yeah, the camera's looking down at her.
It
So
just
she
kind of
doesn't.
looks like it looks like.
Really tips it. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Look at me.
I wanna. Alright, so
If you're referencing some stuff from Mortal Kombat, it might be time for your colonoscopy.
it might be. I don't know. So we'd have to pick that. I mean, that's definitely more action oriented.
Kind of like that. Can you see that okay?
I can see where it was 10 minutes ago.
Well, I'm holding
Friggin'
still
delay.
here.
I know.
What do you think?
Yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
What do you think, Payne?
It definitely sells the shriek more, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera back.
Yeah, put the camera back on. Before you give everybody seasickness.
They're fine.
Poor audience has to
They're fine. They can handle it.
put up with our nonsense.
Were you paying attention? Did you see any of that?
But we had such sights to show you. All right, well, we're gonna.
Should I do it again or just be like,
No,
well,
we're gonna.
I missed it?
We're gonna tip it. We're gonna tip it
Okay.
because it does sell the scream really well.
Well then.
It'll work. It's gonna work. Now, I am gonna try and do, because I've learned my lesson over time. It's really knit.
What?
You
You've done what?
You quiet. I've learned my lesson
Like,
about knitting the pieces together really good, and not just smearing some clay over the outside.
not just visually fixing
Not
it.
just visually fixing.
Structurally fixing
having it just having the top of the head just fall off later. I'm not gonna do that. No. This will work. I'm sure of it. Put the clay back on for just a second while we do the smooshing. This other one. This clay tool works really well for really pushing material around. This is one of those mechanics picks from Harbor Freight, and it's a very good stiff steel. The thing I don't like about it is it's got a little knurled section where it's designed for you to kind of get in there and sculpt with it, have a little more control, but it's still puts the sculpting head kind of far out away from where you naturally want to hold it. So I may add some, I don't know, some epoxy sculpt or something. I like to be fairly close into what I'm working on. I find with the stiffness of monster clay, and I like to use the at least most of it is the hard monster clay in my mix. If I'm holding far away from where I'm actually working with the tool, my wrists and my fingers get sore faster. Try and keep my bits and pieces in better condition. Wedge some clay in there. That is another thing to recognize about monster clay. It doesn't stick to itself or really anything all that well without a little bit of force. So, you know, if you just kind of jam a piece on, that just doesn't really hold on. So you gotta kind of work it in, even if it's very, very soft and melty. If you want a good joint. Takes a little mushing. Okay, so I know I'm going to want to tip this. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just scooping a little bit of material off the front face. You don't have to adjust the camera. I can describe what I'm doing. Like everybody's sick. There, just adjusting how it sits.
Can you tell me what to do?
No, I really can't. I can't believe we're like a month or two shy of having been with my wife for like 20 years now.
What is your point?
I mean, that seems really insane right now. We've only been married like, yeah, well,
Come on, you can do it.
ish years. I don't know.
You did good.
I don't remember. How long is a piece of string? She's definitely. Do you want to adjust the camera now that she's more or less
It's fine.
sat? It's fine now.
Yeah.
I mean, the COVID wedding probably was the move, but
I mean, we basically did a COVID wedding, except we did it like
yeah,
we were way ahead of our time.
we did it by choice, not by requirement.
A+, definitely recommend.
It did make it made being actually factually married did make the COVID visit thing easier.
Yeah, I mean, we made it hard enough on ourselves as it is.
So we got some of that action going on. I like that. I may regret this later as I find out this thing is like, oh, it's not too bad. Super duper tippy. We still have enough space. She's definitely. Yes, we do have 12 minutes left. That's the thing with this kind of sculpting. Sometimes you don't make a huge ton of progress when you keep changing up what you're working on. Just noticed the lip that I added over here. It's got a bit of a raise in the lip. I have an Elvis zombie or an Elvis Banshee. Tack a little clay in under here. Yeah, much more dynamic pose. I think we can get some indication of her shoulders in here too. I think the next real big decision that we're going to have to make, some fashion choices.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to have she's gonna have to have her hair did, I'm afraid. fairly shortly coming up here, we're going to have a new project to work on. So we may put her away in favor of our new project. I think I will give her. I think I'll give her one more week. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Time for the. You know what the special project is. That'd be a good time to start that, I think. Get it. Let people get over all this holiday spirit. Get that well and truly out of our systems. It is not an evil Easter bunny. It's a project that has been in the works
in the talks
for all of the sometime.
All of the sometime since September?
Yeah, about there. Yeah, thereabouts. I'm not going to completely spring it on you guys. It's going to be... It's not a fruit. It's going to be announced a little bit beforehand. It'll be on the socials. I want to gather some more good reference. It probably maybe won't be a tremendously long process, because I am going to have a much better idea of what I'm doing right from the outset. So there won't be all this ass hatting around that we've come to know and love from the channel, right? Like we love this crazy house cutting things in half and very nearly swerving into Cenobite territory. Yeah, I think we're getting to the point of bringing some personality into this thing. I may pull some more anatomical I would definitely have to give the fruit brute some friggin' overalls. But the fruit brute needs something else as well. I need to find a good angle on the fruit brute. Because I don't love I have to say, I really like the cereal monsters in general. And I really like Blueberry and Chocula and Frankenberry. I think the designs were fun. They had a lot of thought and personality put into them. The voices were kind of like developed well, and they felt like a really well conceived character. And then you got to Yummy Mummy and the Fruit Brute and the Carmela Creeper, and the marketing team just stopped caring or something, you know? Weirdly enough, I feel like with the Carmela Creeper, there's something there that I can work with. I think I dislike the Carmela Creeper finished design the most. But I do think it has a direction that I can work from. I certainly wouldn't, like, I've given that one some thought already, and I've got some ideas. And I think it could be really, like, that's one of those ones that could be a really cool why no creature. I mean, I'm not, I hate to get into the weeds of like this whole creature concept would have been cooler than what you did kind of thing. Because I think when it comes to that sort of stuff, the real interest comes from the development and the kind of story. They did do the other classics, and why they decided to swap. I mean, I suspect it's because nobody wants fish associated with their cereal. Is my thinking. I have the suspicion that that's everything to do with the decision making. No one outside Vietnam wants fish for breakfast. I'm pretty sure there's a Vietnamese breakfast dish that involves fish stuff, like a specifically Vietnamese, like congee kind of thing that is fish based, that is breakfast food. But when do you not want to eat goldfish crackers and possibly Swedish fish? Your specific dietary requirements are a little different. But yeah, no, I think it's much more productive to talk about the specific design decisions that get made rather than the whole general concept issues. But it is 10 o'clock, and I guess we moved a lot of clay around.
Indeed.
As a certainty, we moved some clay around. It's going to indicate some kind of things. And then we will pick up on Tuesday. We're doing Tuesday again. So it is another see you next Tuesday scenario. Thanks for watching the stream. I hope you had fun.
Yar.
And have a good night.
Later, kids.